will be making some forward-looking statements as obligatory cautionary statement. So if you've been following Northstar, just this short while ago, on May 4th, the company announced a couple stellar gold vein intercepts from our Miller Gold property situated 18 kilometers southeast of Kirkland Lake, Ontario. The company just finished a 8-hole 2,000 meter drill program, and we drilled our second hole that we drilled, MG 2156, was a 20 meter or a 40 meter step out on the west side of the Allied Cyanide, and it was following up a 2020 intercept, hole 47, that intersected 107 meters of 1.2 grams. So we're pretty pleased with seeing these two vein intercepts. 14.5 meters, we've got 0.6 meters of 193 grams per ton gold, and then further down the hole at 69.7 meters, we got an assay at section of quartz vein that returned 1,110 grams per ton gold. So unfortunately, these are the only assays we've received so far. Pretty much the entire hole was sampled, and you can see from the core that there's a number of quartz veins within it. So we're pretty pleased with these initial results, and we're looking forward to more assay results going forward. So prior to going public by way of IPO in January of 2020, Northstar operated on a private basis, exploring primarily for gold in northeastern Ontario and more recently in the Kirkland Lake district. Our flagship project is the Miller Gold property. It's 18 kilometers southeast of Kirkland Lake Gold's Macassa South Mine Complex gold mine. The company also has 3 other additional 100% owned properties north and south of Miller, and I'll speak more about them further on in the talk. Also, prior to going public, the company augmented its board, special advisor, and management group. We've got a very accomplished contingent of highly skilled and accomplished exploration, mining, development, financial, and corporate development skill sets. So we're very pleased to have this team. Our share structure, we've currently got 48.4 million shares outstanding, 60.6 million on a fully diluted basis. 30% of these shares are held by management, directors, and insiders. Our market cap, last I looked, was $11 million. We've got 0 debt and a cash position of $1.3 million. So Northstar's flagship project, as I mentioned, is a Miller Gold property, and the more recently discovered Rose Grove property, which is 1,200 hectares. Miller's 1,100 hectares, and these are situated in the prolific Kirkland Lake district, 18 kilometers southeast of Kirkland Lake. The Kirkland Lake is world-renowned. It's produced over 26 million ounces of gold from 7 mines over the last 100 years. It's still very actively explored by majors and juniors alike. The Miller property is situated over the historic Boston Creek mining camp. It had its zenith in the Miller Independence Mine had its zenith in the early 1900s. The property shares a number of very important geological similarities with Kirkland Lake deposits, that being the style of mineralization, gold, telluride, the age of the mineralization, the age of the host rocks, and the structural control being these broad first order fault structures that are all interconnected. So the supposition is that at Miller, we're tapping the same gold, since everything is similar, we're tapping the same gold bearing solutions as the Kirkland camp. Just a recent development, there's a bit of a consolidation going on in the camp. Just recently, Kirkland Lake Gold announced a deal with neighbors of ours, Murado Resources and Mustango River Resources, whereby they signed a deal where they can acquire up to 60% or a $60 million deal where they can acquire 75% of their assets. And we're pretty pleased that this just shows that there's an effort to consolidate and augment future production. So we've got the Murata mine right beside us, and we take this as a very positive development. So the Miller property is centered over a 3 kilometer by 2 kilometer zone of intense alteration, hydrothermal alteration, centered over the Catherine Fault, and at least three known cyanide intrusive bodies that are central to this whole long-lived, protracted alkalic mineralizing system. There's 11 shallow shafts on the property that were part of the Miller Independence mine, and there was some production in the early 1940s with 70,000 ounces of gold at 11.2 grams per ton. In the late 80s, a group came in and developed a historic estimate over the the number one vein in the Miller Independence, whereby they determined they've got 270,000 ounces at 11.5 grams per ton. In 2020, Northstar completed 28 drill holes on the property on a budget of just over 5,000 meters, and we also completed a $350,000 program of 3D IP, gravity, and magnetic surveys. This work led to the discovery of the Allied Cyanide Gold Zone, and that sheeted number 2, 3, 4 vein structures that are components of that. Furthermore, all the geophysical data was processed by Goldspot utilizing proprietary machine learning language, and they identified a number of potential gold and cyanide exploration targets that we were going to drill. We're currently testing. This map illustrates the number one, actually the Miller Independence mine, and the surface trace of the number one vein, which has been traced along surface for about a kilometer and extends over 750 meters down dip. It's a shallow dip, it's about 15 degrees dip. We don't own the entire vein, but we own the entire down dip extent of it. You can see that there's some historic workings on it in this area, and then the D vein was also saw some preliminary development at the turn of the century. Gold grades for the vein range from you can see historic numbers are in red, 96 grams over 3 meters, 13.4 grams over 2.3 meters. 9.3 grams over 2 meters. It's continuous. The grade does vary throughout it, but it ranges in thickness from half a meter to 15 meters at depth. This is a 3D view of the 3D model that we have currently. It illustrates the number one vein at dipping right through the Allied Cyanide. The exposure on the left is the surface exposure from the number one vein, and on the right you've got some of the signature veining, Stockford veining, and quartz flooding that's observed in the Allied Cyanide. You can see that we've defined a core area here with some pretty significant low-grade intercepts. This is in fact the Allied Cyanide zone, and this is where our high grade was intersected, and this is kind of the focus of our opportunity or our work right now. This is the same image, but it illustrates gold grades greater than intercepts greater than 0.25 grams per ton. So it should be pretty evident that the gold is fairly well distributed throughout this intrusive body, and the challenge is just to keep exploring and trying to make this thing bigger and sweeter. So the chargeability IP survey that we did in 2020, this clearly illustrates how robust and the strength of this mineralizing system at Miller. You got the allied cyanide to the south, and the Planet Cyanide of a kilometer to the northwest, and then the Mueller cyanide further to the northeast. And all three cyanide stocks are gold bearing, and you can see that some of the numbers that they do carry some appreciable widths of low grade gold mineralization. The 8 holes that we drilled in our phase 2 drill program this year are in black, and all of them hit mineralization. So we're anxiously awaiting results. And planned drill holes for our next phase of drilling, which we want to kick off here in the late part of June, are illustrated in red. The drilling that we drilled or did this year, we've defined what we're calling the Independence Fault Zone, which is a property-wide brittle fault structure with intense chloride alteration and hydrothermal alteration and silicification, and it seems to really regulate or control the high-grade gold mineralization where it intercepts this 200-meter wide allied deformation zone that goes through the allied cyanide. And this deformation zone is inferred to be a splay off of the main Catherine Fault. Just kind of zoom in on the allied cyanide. It illustrates where we drilled hole 56 and 55. So far, we just got 2 holes on this phase, and this is where the high grade projects on surface. We can see that these are 40-meter step outs either side, and we've got you can see that in red. These are our planned next phases of holes. This zone still remains open to the north and on both sides of the cyanide. And yes, we're pretty excited about following up drilling. This is just another cross section of the allied cyanide zone, showing the actual components of it, the veins 2, 3, and 4, and the number 1 that underplates it. And where the high grade is on hole 56 as well. These holes are inclined and dipping away from the section. About a kilometer to the north on the Planet Cyanide, we've got what's a similar situation where we've got gold telluride mineralization setting up in horizontal stacked quartz veins. That we've got a limited number of holes in it, and ranging from results of 3.3 grams per ton over 11.6 meters. We got one long intercept here that was 0.6 grams over 147.2 meters. So we plan on drilling two additional holes on the Planet. The Mueller cyanide is about 700 meters to the northeast of this, and it's the largest cyanide body, and it's only got a couple holes in it so far. The best being 2.13 grams over 13.1 meters. So just a few words on Northstar's additional properties. We've got the Rose Grove property that we recently acquired just north and adjoining the Miller property. It overlies a similar geology. It's got a lot of glacial till, so it's much more difficult to explore, but we are doing a UAV magnetic survey over the property. To the southeast, 35 kilometers to the southeast, is a Bryce Gold property. It's situated on the right out break. It's about 60 kilometers east of the Juby Gold deposit. Northstar has spent $4 million on it over the past 15 years, and with over 20,000 meters of drilling. Bryce is open and is a large property, and it's got indications of a large intrusive porphyry style gold, precious metal enriched mineralizing system. Lastly, there's our Milestone property. It's about 240 kilometers south of Miller, and it's situated on Temagami Lake. It's an old Teck property. It overlies the historic Diadem deposit, and it's open to expansion. So in summary, our 2021 exploration program for Northstar on the Miller property, we're anxiously awaiting drill hole results from our phase 2 drilling, and we're expecting those to trickle in over the next 4 to 6 weeks. I mentioned the Rose Grove property. We're doing doing a UAV magnetic survey, and after we get our drill results, we're positioning to drill another 3,600 meters and 14 holes, following up phase 2A results and stepping out and drilling some additional targets. On Bryce, we've got a $200,000 program that involves data verification, validation, surface sampling, and a LiDAR survey. There's been some recent logging activity in the area that's uncovered some broad mineralized shear structures that we definitely want to sample, and we'll put together a 43-101 report documenting all of that. And Milestone as well, we will be putting together a 43-101 and exploring options to spin out that property. So I'm hopeful that I've managed to convince you that Northstar is a gold company, a gold exploration company of merit, with 4 quality, 100% owned gold properties that are highly prospective in the Abitibi Greenstone Belt. Continued exploration in the Miller property is we continue to be rewarded by new discoveries and great results. And it's looking more and more like we've got a significant Kirkland-style gold mineralizing system on the property. We're anxiously awaiting drill results from those last holes, and the nature of the high grade shows that high grade could be a significant component of this much broader lower grade mineralizing system, particularly on the allied cyanide. So we've got a lot of near-term catalysts, excellent news flow, and marketing initiatives, and accomplished and motivated board and highly skilled board of directors, special advisor, and management. So yeah, stay tuned. NSG, CSC. Thank you.